Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 1 and my name is Ahmad Ridwan as a moderator from Group 1, and in this video we would like to share our material about intensive reading. So if you want to know more about intensive reading, just watch this video until the end. Thank you.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nagari, and in this video, I will explain about intensive reading. First, definition intensive reading. Intensive reading is a reading strategy that involves focus and careful reading of a text to gain a deeper understanding of its content, and it often includes close analysis of text features such as vocabulary, sentence structure, and literary device. This type of reading requires full concentration and active engagement with the text to extract meaning and comprehend the outdoor message. Intensive reading is frequently used in academic setting to study and analyze complex texts. Okay, thank you. And next material will continue with my friend. Bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Ulisa Homera. I want to explain about the types of intensive reading. So, intensive reading has two types that is skimming and scanning. Skimming used to understand the gist or main idea, and skimming the text for specific information to answer true or false statements or filling gaps in summary. In other words, skimming is fast reading to gist of a text. Thank you.
I would like to explain about scanning. Scanning through a text to find a specific word or bit of information. Scanning text helps the reader to find the particular information that they are looking for. For example, if you are baking a cake, you might scan the recipe to remind yourself of the amount of flour you need to bake out. In schools, children may use this type of reading when answering the questions of who, what, where, when, and why while reading a text. So, scanning is the process of seeking out specific information from a text. It's also called rapid reading because we seek out information by reading quickly.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Desri Nuriana and I will explain about intensive reading function. Intensive reading is a way of reading text for the aim of distraction, and it learn as much as you can extract as much information as you can from the text, namely a vocabulary or sentence or even sound. If you're listening to the audio now, the goal of intensive reading is to get out of your comfort zone and basically learn as much as you can. An intensive reading activity also functions to help grow and hone reading skills and critical thinking. Summarized in the Know What to Know Learn strategy book by Prasetya Andika, the benefits of intensive reading are: first, understand the idea of the manuscript from the main idea to the explanatory ideas. The second, mastering the contents of the text a whole. The third, knowing the background of the written text. Maybe that's enough for me.
Hello, I'm Nadila Putri. Now I will explain about the rules of reading. Okay, there are 7 rules in reading. The first is keep reading listen short and regular. And 2, a lot of help and information. 3, focus on detailing practice. And 4, read every page until it's plain. 5, always focus on the first letters. And 6, fix TBI, tracking difficulty. And 7, or 1, look for the little voice.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faisal Azmi and I want to explain to you what is the advantage of the intensive reading. So, the first is it impress the power of expression. The second is the student develop the skill of questioning and answering. And for the last is the student become interested to looking the details of the text they come across and they find new meanings. Maybe that's for me. And the last, say you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm Safi Alami. Now I will explain the shortcomings of intensive reading. While there are significant benefits to intensive reading, there are some limitations that should be considered. First, time consuming. Intensive reading takes a lot of time to read and understand the text. Second, limited amount of material coverage. Due to the time-consuming nature of intensive reading, the amount of material that can be studied in a given time period may be limited. Third, focus on detail. Intensive reading tends to focus on the understanding of the text. Fourth, potential for fatigue or breakdown. Since intensive reading requires high concentration and deep focus, there is a risk of fatigue or breakdown when reading text for long periods of time. 5. Lack of interaction or discussion. Intensive reading usually involves individuals readers studying text on their own. And the last, now suitable for all types of material. Intensive reading is more suitable for complex material or text that requires deep understanding.
So we're gonna talk about the example of intensive reading. I have three examples of intensive reading. The first thing that reading a book in one sitting. This means that we must focus in one thing, only just one thing, and that's reading a book. So if we can or if possible for reading a book till the end, just do it. And of course without any distraction. The second thing is annotated reading. During the reading process, we can find important words, we can note or we can underline that important words that can improve our comprehension and remember it. And the last thing is discuss the book with others. After we reading the books, we can find friends or discussion group and we're gonna talk about the same topic. This discussion will help us gain deeper understanding and see other perspective. I think that's all.
The following are examples of intensive reading activities. Read regularly. Set a specific time every day or every week for intensive reading. Make a schedule and commit to doing it. By practicing reading regularly, you will improve your reading habits and broaden your knowledge. Reading a variety of topics, especially reading books or articles with a variety of topics, both fiction and non-fiction. By reading different topics, you will broaden your horizon and knowledge in various fields. Evaluate understanding. After reading a passage, test your understanding by writing summary or asking yourself questions about what you have read. This will help ensure that you really understand the material and can remember it well.
An example of intensive reading is analyzing and understanding difficult texts such as academic or technical literature, with a focus on extracting information and learning new concepts. Here is one example. Imagine an English language student who wants to improve their reading comprehension. They might first start by reading a simple news article about a current event, and then move on to more advanced texts such as an academic journal article or a book with complex vocabulary and ideas. An intensive reading approach will involve: number one, reading the text carefully and taking note of words or concepts that are not familiar. Number two, looking up these new words or concepts in a dictionary, encyclopedia, or other reference work. Number 3. Rereading the text and making connection with previously learned knowledge. Number 4. Making notes and highlighting key ideas or passages for later reference. Number 5. Summarizing what was learned and reflecting on its usefulness.
Thank you for watching this video. We hope this video will be helpful and useful in our daily life. Sorry if we have do some mistake, and thank you again for watching this video until the end. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.